Hello folks, welcome back. So this is my Thermatech 12 kilowatt inverter air source heat pump that I installed on my pond back in March. And it's done a great job keeping the pond heated to 22 degrees throughout the spring, summer and autumn. But now we're coming into winter, I want to pay close attention to the costs. So what I've got is one of these Wi-Fi smart energy monitoring plugs. And they're really good. You can enter your electricity cost per unit and monitor it remotely via the app. For the first part of November, I was cooling the pond down from 18 to 12 degrees, so the air source heat pump wasn't coming on. But for the second part of the month, we had some really cold temperatures in the UK, and with the pond covers on, I managed to keep heating costs down to £10.80 for the whole month, which I think is pretty good. The next job I need to do was change my water filter and dechlorinator on the pond. I have a water mains feed to my filter shed, which goes through a meter. That then goes through a 3-stage 20-inch dechlorinator. That then passes through a 30-inch inline Evolution Aqua dechlorinator before returning to the pond. I then changed the old cartridges in the 20-inch filter for new ones. Next I had to change the carbon in the inline filter. When you purchase these filters, they come as sealed units and are meant to be disposed of after use. What I've done is saw the end off so it can be emptied and refilled with fresh carbon and sealed back together again with a 4-inch rubber straight connector. It can be a very messy job this, so once you've poured out the old carbon and cleaned out the tube, you're ready to fill it up again with fresh new carbon. There's several types of carbon available, but I use good quality granulated activated carbon. And there it is, all screwed back together, ready to go back in place. Now when you connect this back to your pond, don't let it run straight into the pond immediately. You want to run it off first into a bucket, and you'll see why in a second. Make sure you run the water through the dechlorinator until you've got clear water coming out. It varies between ponds and depending on what your mains water is like, but I tend to change those filters every 25 to 30,000 litres to make sure there's no chlorine going into my pond. I don't run a trickle in or trickle out system, but instead just top up the pond after the weekly filter cleans. Pond temperature is down at 12 degrees now, and all the fish are quite happily feeding still once a day. The plan is to keep the pond at 12 degrees while I monitor energy costs, and I'll do an update each month and I'll track costs throughout the winter. The fish are enjoying some casters here, which they go absolutely bonkers for, particularly the rudd. I've noticed some changes in the fish in the cooler weather, particularly on the sumi development on the showers, which is really starting to thicken up now. I'm hopeful that my new little super monster shower is really going to develop this winter. It's going to be really exciting to see what it looks like come springtime. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.